Have you ever felt like you're working harder than ever, yet somehow falling behind? You wake up early, go to work, pay your bills, and try to save money. But at the end of the month, your bank account still feels empty. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Millions of Americans are asking the same question. Why does life seem more expensive every year, while our money feels worth less and less? Today, we're going to uncover a reality that most people never fully understand. And by the end of this video, you'll see why so many hard-working Americans feel trapped in a financial system that's getting harder to escape. Before we continue, take a second to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It helps us create more videos that expose the hidden truths behind money, wealth, and the economy. Also, comment below and tell us, do you think Americans are getting poorer, or does it just feel that way? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let's start with a simple example. Imagine it's the year 2000. You walk into a grocery store with $100. That money can fill your cart with food, household supplies, and maybe even a few extra treats. Now fast forward to today. You walk into the same store with the same $100 bill. Suddenly, that money doesn't go nearly as far. The cart is smaller, the prices are higher, and you're forced to put things back on the shelf. What changed? Did people suddenly become worse at managing money? Not really. The answer is much bigger than that. One of the biggest reasons Americans are getting poorer is inflation. Inflation that means the prices of goods and services rise over time. While a little inflation is normal, the problem begins when wages fail to keep up. Imagine getting a 3% raise at work, while your rent increases by 8%, groceries rise by 10%, and healthcare costs jump even higher. Technically, you're earning more money, but in reality, you're losing purchasing power. Every year, your dollars buy less than they did before, but inflation is only part of the story. Housing has become one of the biggest financial burdens in America. Decades ago, many families could buy a home with a single income. Today, even households with two incomes struggle to afford a house. Home prices have increased much faster than wages, making home ownership feel like a distant dream for millions. For younger generations, saving for a down payment can take years, and sometimes even decades. Then there's debt. Credit cards, student loans, auto loans, and mortgages have become a normal part of modern life. The average American carries thousands of dollars in debt, and while debt can be useful when managed responsibly, it can also become a trap. High interest rates mean people end up paying far more than they originally borrowed. In many cases, families spend years paying interest while barely reducing the actual debt. Now here's where things get even more interesting. Many people believe that if they simply work harder, everything will eventually get better. Hard work is important, but the reality is that the economic landscape has changed dramatically. Productivity has increased over the last several decades, meaning workers are producing more value than ever before. Yet much of the financial benefit has flowed toward corporations and the wealthiest individuals rather than the average worker. Think about technology. It has made businesses more efficient and profitable. Large companies generate billions in revenue, yet many workers still struggle to afford basic necessities. This growing gap between productivity and wages is one reason why so many Americans feel financially squeezed despite working full-time jobs. Healthcare is another major factor. A single medical emergency can cost thousands of dollars. Even people with insurance often face large deductibles and unexpected expenses. Medical debt has become a serious problem for many families, forcing them to choose between financial security and necessary health care. At this point, you might be wondering whether there is any hope. The answer is yes, but it starts with understanding the system. The people who improve their financial future are often the ones who learn how money works. They build emergency savings, avoid unnecessary debt, invest for the long term, and focus on increasing their income through valuable skills. The truth is, that Americans aren't necessarily becoming poorer because they're lazy or irresponsible. Many are working harder than previous generations. The challenge is that the cost of living has risen faster than incomes, debt has become more common, and financial security is harder to achieve than it once was. But knowledge is power. The more you understand about money, inflation, debt, and investing, the better equipped you'll be to navigate these challenges. The financial system may not always be fair, but understanding it gives you a better chance of succeeding within it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to Mr. Mint Finance for more deep dives into the hidden realities of money and wealth. And tell me in the comments, what do you think is the biggest reason Americans are struggling financially today? I'll be reading every comment. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.